Good morning, and I pray that you had a wonderful Thursday. and It's Friday. We are continuing in the life of Joshua and the children of Israel. So we will get right to the word in Joshua chapter 2 and 3 today. And before we do, ask the Lord to open our eyes that we may behold wondrous things out of his law. So Joshua chapter 2 says, And Joshua the son of Nun sent out at Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, go view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into a harlot's house named Rahab, and lodged there. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel, to search out the country. And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thine house, for they be come to search out all the country. And the woman took the 2 men and hid them, and said thus, There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were. And it came to pass about the time of the shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax which she had laid in order upon the roof. Just some insight before I get on to verse 7. Rahab's words indicate that the majority of Jericho's inhabitants knew of and feared God's power, yet she was the only one who believed enough to actually act on it. For that, she becomes a prime New Testament example of faith in Hebrews 11 and James 2. So continuing on with verse 7, And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords, and as soon as they were pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate, and before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof, and she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites, and that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom you utterly destroyed. And as soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt, neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and in earth beneath. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me the Lord, since I have showed you kindness, that you also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token, and that you will save alive my father and my mother and my brethren and my sisters and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. And the man answered her, Our life for yours, if ye utter not this our business. And it shall be, when the Lord hath given us the land, that we shall deal kindly and truly with thee. Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she said unto them, Get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days, until the pursuers be returned, and afterward may ye go your way. And the men said unto her, We will be blameless of thine oath which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window which thou didst let us down by, and thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and all thy father's household home unto thee. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house in the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whosoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be on our head, if any hand be upon him. And if thou utter this our business, then we would quit of thine oath which thou hast made us to swear. And she said, According unto your word, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed, and she bound the scarlet line in the window. And they went and came unto the mountains, and abode there 3 days, until the pursuers returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. So the 2 men returned, and descended from the mountain, and passed over, and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and told him all the things that befell them. And they said unto Joshua, Truly the Lord hath delivered into our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants of the country do faint because of us. chapter 3, verse 1. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim and came to Jordan, he and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over. And it came to pass after 3 days that the officers went through the host, and they commanded the people, saying, When ye see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, and the priests of the Levites bearing it, then ye shall remove from your place and go after it. Yet there shall be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. Come not near unto it, that ye may know the way by which ye must go, for ye have not passed this way heretofore. And Joshua said unto the people, Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you. And Joshua spake unto the priests, saying, Take up the ark of the covenant, and pass over before the people. And they took up the ark of the covenant, and went before the people. And the Lord said unto Joshua, This day will I begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. And thou shalt command the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, saying, When ye are come to the brink of the water of Jordan, ye shall stand still in Jordan. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, Come hither, and hear the words of the Lord your God. And Joshua said, Hereby ye shall know that the living God is among you, and that he will without fail drive out from before you the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Hivites, and the Perizzites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Jebusites. Behold, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth passeth over before you into Jordan. Now therefore take you 12 men out of the tribe of Israel, out of every tribe of man. And it shall come to pass, as soon as the sole of the feet of the priests that bear the ark of the Lord of all the earth, shall rest in the waters of Jordan, that the waters of Jordan shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above, and they shall stand upon an heap. And it came to pass, when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan, and priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, and as they bare the ark, were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bare the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overfloweth all his banks of the time of harvest, that the waters which came down from above stood and rose upon a heap very far from the city Adam that is beside Zeratan, and those that came down toward the sea of plain, even the salt sea, failed and were cut off, and the people passed over right against Jericho. And the priests that bare the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the midst of Jordan, and all Israelites passed over on dry ground until all the people were passed clean over Jordan. So who sheltered the two spies? That was Rahab. She makes it into the hall of faith because of her actions in Hebrews 11. Why did the hearts of the people of the land melt within them? Because they had remembered all that the Lord did, and they would tell others of the testimony and what God had done for them, and it was very powerful, and a remembrance of all the things, how they had got out of Egypt, how they had crossed the Red Sea, and how they had conquered some of the other tribes. At what point did the water of the Jordan River get cut off? So I bet you didn't know. There was another parting of the water, but this time not with Moses, with Joshua. And as soon as the souls of the priests were bearing the Ark of the Covenant reached there, they would walk on dry ground. So it wasn't cut off beforehand. God wanted them to step out by faith. So as soon as they stepped out by faith and their feet basically touched the brim of the waters, what the Bible says, then it stopped. So it's interesting that the Jordan River was overflowing its banks at that time when it crossed, because it's not always that way. It's actually very interesting to see if you ever get to go to, excuse me, Israel. So we're also going to read in Psalm 119, verse 65 through 80. 65 through 80. Oh, I almost went too far. I almost did it again. That's what I did the other day. I went and like in my head, I thought I had done something else and I turned the page. But we're actually not on 65, but we're on verse 49. And so that's where we'll be reading. Verse 49 through 64. Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou caused me to hope. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. The proud have had my greatly in derision, yet have I not declined from thy law. I remember thy judgments of old, O Lord, and have comforted myself. Horror hath taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake thy law. Thy statutes have been my songs in the house of my pilgrimage. I have remembered thy name, O Lord, in the night, and have kept thy law. This I had because I had kept thy precepts. 57. Verse 57, thou art my portion, O Lord. I have said that I would keep thy words. I entreated thy favor with my whole heart. Be merciful unto me according to the word. I thought on my ways, and turned my feet unto thy testimonies. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but I have not forgotten thy law. At midnight I will rise to give thanks unto thee, because of the glorious judgments. I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts. The earth, O Lord, is full of thy mercy. Teach me thy statutes. So that is the Psalm of the day. Well, we are memorizing scripture and we're almost at the end of January, but this is for January. So we will go over Psalm 1, 1 and 2. And it begins with, Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And may we continue to meditate on the word day and night. I will see you tomorrow morning, and I pray that you are, yes, that's what I mean. Have a great Friday and a good rest. If you can, if it's your day off, if you have a time to rest coming up. And if not, have a good day of work and have a happy spirit as you meditate on the word and his goodness. And I will see you soon.